Welcome to the Starting Line, a look at select bills introduced during the 90th legislative session. Typically, when someone runs out of prescribed medication, they contact their medical practitioner about getting a refill. Sometimes it isn't so simple. What happens if you're unable to reach your practitioner? What happens if it's a medical emergency and you need the medication right away? This week on the Starting Line, we take a look at House File 443. Sponsored by Representative Tina Liebling, the bill would allow pharmacists to provide a medication refill without a prescription in emergency situations. We had a chance to catch up with Representative Liebling to discuss the proposed legislation.
Initially, it came from a constituent who told me a story about her daughter running out of a prescription for insulin and being unable to get any insulin because her prescription had expired and the pharmacy would not give her the insulin. This was, as you can imagine, created a lot of panic because if the young woman didn't get her insulin, that was a very serious crisis for her. In this particular situation, they did end up just by the skin of their teeth getting the medication. But it made my constituent really think about what happens in these situations, and that prompted me to bring the bill.
Typically, a patient needs to get a prescription from a licensed practitioner when they need a medication refill. How does your bill change that?
Well, it changes it only in an emergency situation. So the way this would work is that if a person has a prescription for a chronic disease for certain kinds of medications, and they are in an urgent situation where the prescriber cannot be reached, but where the pharmacy knows the person has the records, it authorizes the pharmacist to give them an emergency refill. And it requires that that be covered under their insurance the same way it would be if they had a prescription.
The bill would allow pharmacists to provide a medication refill without prescription in an emergency situation. Is it as simple as that?
It should be a pretty simple process. This has to be done where the pharmacist has some records from the person. They try to call the prescriber. If they can't reach the prescriber, they can simply issue the medication. This is something pharmacists sometimes already do, but they don't have legal backing to do it. The Board of Pharmacy has told them in some situations to go ahead because obviously it's a matter of life or death or a serious health issue. So this will make it legal in that certain very limited situation, and then pharmacists across the state will not have to wonder whether their license is going to be endangered by doing something that's really pretty common sense. It's important to recognize that this would not be for just anything. So this is not for opioids. This is for situations where a person has a chronic disease, where they have some kind of urgent condition where they're on a medication, and it's evident that for them not to get their medication is going to endanger their life or health. So it's a really limited, but it's pretty common sense bill.
You're the DFL lead on the Health and Human Services Reform Committee and the Health and Human Services Finance Committee. Why are public health issues important to you?
I represent the district that has the Mayo Clinic main campus in it, and so health is very important to me and to my constituents. Something like this bill, it's just common sense that not only will help patients, but really can save healthcare costs, and that's really important to everyone. If a person doesn't get medication that's helping them stay healthy, that's going to cost a lot more than giving them their medication when they need it. So that's a pretty important principle for us.
Representative Liebling's bill, House File 443, has been referred to the House Health and Human Services Reform Committee. We'll update you on future programs on any further actions taken on this bill. For more information on any of the bills that we feature on the Starting Line, you can visit the House website at www.house.mn and choosing the bill search and status option to find the bill you're looking for. Thanks for watching the Starting Line.